Can we talk about that?
No, I know. She's getting me in my most vulnerable state. I know what she's doing.
I see it. We see you, Nellie.
We're clocking you, Nellie. We're clocking. We see you. We see you. I was like, she's like, if I get her to get emotional.
Right, yeah. Then we can find something out. I got you. Yeah.
No.
Go ahead, Nellie. What's your next question?
Help! We're all filling a void with something. Kate's happens to be external. And so she's judged on every, you know, we judge by our eyes because we're visual creatures. And so when we discover all of the trauma that she's experienced through, you know, feeling like the glue between her brothers and then the closeness of her and her father's relationship and then feeling, of course, guilty that she's the one that caused or she's the reason why he's not around.
You're the Cinderella story of this cast, somebody who came with a couple of credits and was ready to give up, and this happened, first regular role, nominations, awards. It must be getting to your head right now.
No, it doesn't feel real at all. Chris, no. Despite what you may have all heard, it's not getting to my head. I'm just so grateful to see a woman like Kate on network television who is, yes, different and unconventional, but just like every other woman who wants to be loved and admired and desired. And then they throw a monkey wrench like, oh, draw boundaries and put yourself first. And I think so many people don't know how to do that. I'm still learning myself. And so, on so many levels, this is a role that anybody would dream of having, and every day I'm grateful to portray a woman who, in the midst of so much pain and turmoil, like there's courage. And I think we all can relate to that. We all want that, and we all desire to have that, and we're capable of it. We just need to be inspired by maybe written characters on network television, so.
And for you, Milo and Mandy, obviously you do a lot more because you do so many different time periods. Is there one time period, I'm sure after seeing that scene, this is not the time period that you, but which one is your favorite? Is there one that you really like?
I like whenever Jack and Rebecca are living a happy life with the kids.
88, 89
yeah, 88,
is like the fun times.
89 is
once
the sweet spot.
Yeah, we got past that second episode where Jack was drinking and Rebecca sets him straight. It was just kind of good times beyond that.
How many times have you caught each other like acting in one time period the way you're supposed to be different, or it's...
That never happened.
No. I mean, I know when I put on the 95 Jack with the goatee and the like wider whale cord pants, I just move a certain way. And then when we jumped back even further beyond that, you know, when we were
so much is dictated by hair and makeup and wardrobe. That really helps sort of, especially like when I'm in the prosthetics and playing the 66-year-old version of the character. That is kind of the key to everything, is the wardrobe and
it's such a great assistant.
Yeah.
And I can't not notice that you're not wearing any of the facial hair. So are we going back to where you met? Is that fair assessment?
Yeah, we're going everywhere. I mean, Mila's facial hair is the bane of my existence.
Oh yeah, you got the email that said,
No, we spent a lot of time figuring out the order of his facial hair, so we're at a point where we can do anything with Mila.
Dan, when he came to Mandy and I, and he said, I've got this idea for this pretty epic scene, he goes, Mila, they're gonna hate you, and hopefully we can redeem that later, and Mandy, we're gonna understand exactly the pain you've been living with, but he also said, I want to do it in a oneer. And a oneer, you know, there's no coverage. It's a play. It's a scene that hands off, and there's moments, and it was a tall order. But you know, Ken Olin orchestrated this piece with Yasu Tanita, our DP, and I felt that they were able to orchestrate the words that Dan had written and the performance that Mandy and myself were a part of into something that felt just real and unrelenting, and something that people had said, you know, man, I've had a fight like that. How did you guys do that? But I think it was absolutely necessary to do it in a way that was one seamless take or seemingly seamless take.
Unabashedly, we believe in the goodness of people and the goodness of relationships, and we try and make people feel good, but life does have these down swells. And I think they captured something so real and authentic. And the yelling over each other, I just feel every time I watch it, it makes me cringe, like, right? Like, it makes you uncomfortable because you're witnessing, you're forgetting you're watching a television show. You're watching two people that you know and you like and you're rooting for have an argument that's very visceral and real and steeped in their background. And I think it's like, that is real tour de force stuff from the two of them, to be able to do that in essentially one take, two takes. It's like, it's really stunning.
It's also two people that want to be heard.
Yeah.
You know, two people have very valid standpoints and views on their experience in this relationship, in this marriage. And like, there was one thing I know that Ken Owen said to us at the very end, the kind of crescendo of it was, try and hear what the other person is saying, which opened up a whole other door to what the scene became, which was, oh no, it's not just me spouting or her spouting, it was
Responding to.
Yeah, responding to the words and the emotion, everything that was said. It's one of those great moments where you're painfully getting through it because it hurts so much, but then at the other end of it, when you get to the other end of it, you're like, God, that was beautiful and fun, and I can't
And
wait
a relief for it to be over.
And a relief, you know, and you're shaking hands with the crew and you're hugging, you know, your scene partner, and just like, this is the greatest.
That's like our 5th hottest take. Like, I have Mandy Moore saying words that you never thought she was capable of saying. Yeah. Now, come on, this is more fun than the Handmaid's Tale panel, right? A little funnier.
I'm gonna call Beth. I'll have the girls here hugging you within hours.
No. I said goodbye when they were laying down. I want them to remember looking up at me, not down. Up.
You lost your father when you were young, correct?
Yeah.
And you were named after him. I mean, we can see how emotional you are. How personal was this? Were you just saying goodbye to your father through this scene? Or?
Yeah, it was real personal. I'd never seen my mom cry, and at that time I was the guy in the house, and I didn't let I was like, well, somebody's got to kind of keep it together. So I was the dude who kept it together for about 5-6 years, and then one day it just sort of like hit me. It was around the same time that I started going by Sterling instead of by my middle name. But what was so lovely for me is that because I didn't get a chance to go to the hospital to say goodbye, like I got a chance to do that in this moment as Randall with William, and to sort of help him into that transition to the next phase of life was a gift. It was a gift. Most of the episode is a homecoming and a father and a son getting to know one another and him being connected to his roots and finding this whole other part of his life that he didn't even know. And then you think he's gonna get a chance to come home and tell Beth and Annie and Tess, and then, you know, the bottom gets pulled out of it. And we shot the beginning first, and Ron and I both, man, the whole time we were shooting the scene, we were like, yeah, we shot the end first. And Ron and I were like, man, do we have to do this? He's like, yeah, son, we gotta go ahead and get it out of here, man. But it was we were so happy to get it done, actually, because then the rest of the time was just like a road trip. Like we got a chance to kick it for a while. But no, it was a real gift to get to do this, and I thank Dan for it.
And last question for you, the level of emotion and crying, the level of crying, season 2 versus season 1.
Yeah.
Under promise.
I think it'll be similar. I think I'm very proud of where we're heading, and I think we're executing the plan that we always had. So I think tonally there's not going to be a huge paradigm shift, and it'll, I hope, continue to please. We're proud of what we're doing, so I hope people continue to watch it. So.
Thank you.